Storms. We've all experienced them. The kind where the wind is howling and trees are bending under the pressure, sometimes even being uprooted. The kind of storm where the rain just keeps falling and falling, slowly gathering in streams and rivers until finally, uncontained, the current flows where it doesn't belong, pressing against what would otherwise be stable structures. Some of those structures resist the pressure, but others can't hold on and are swept away. Storms are common in nature, but they're also common in our lives. As a Christian educator, I sometimes feel the pressure to bend to the winds of culture, and I struggle sometimes to maintain my footing in a profession that seems to be moving away from God and away from biblical values. So how do I remain steadfast and immovable as a follower of Christ who works with children in a public school? How do I move forward in this calling when the current seems to be ever pressing in the opposite direction? I believe Jesus' words hold the answer. Everyone who comes to me and hears my words and acts upon them, I will show you whom he is like. He is like the man building a house who dug deep and laid a foundation on the rock. And when the flood occurred, the torrents burst against that house, and it could not be shaken. So how do I remain steadfast and unshaken in stormy times? By digging deep and building my life on the bedrock of God's truth. But anchoring my life on this bedrock doesn't happen automatically just because I'm a Christian. It requires something of me, something critical, but something so often neglected in my busy life as an educator. Jesus said, if I'm to be unshaken when the world presses against me, I must be coming to him. I must be listening for his voice. And when he speaks, I must be willing to follow where he leads me. It sounds so simple, and yet it seems so very difficult to do. For those of us called according to God's purposes, there is nothing more urgent or essential than simply spending time in his presence. It's there with our Heavenly Father that we can be honest and pour out our hearts to him. And it's there that he speaks to us, giving us wise counsel and clear direction, abiding, listening, and following. This is the pathway to bedrock, that solid place where we find strength to live boldly as followers of Christ and be his salt and light in this world. God's presence, it's our unshakable place, the place of peace and certainty, even in the storm.